Hello, my name is QS Kimani Mathu. I started my professional career in the Ministry of Public Works way back in 1971. After graduation, I was there between the years of 1971 and 1978 when I took early retirement and went into private practice. We established our private practice with my partner, QS Geshwiri, and soon thereafter. And the practice is still going on as we talk. I joined the Architectural Association of Kenya late 1971 as a graduate member. And I became a fellow of AK in the year 2001 in November. Between the years of 1978 and 1988, I was the QS chapter chairman. And I took over as AK chairman between the years of 1988 to 1990. Now, in my professional life in practice, I have had a lot of engagement in all different fields. We've exposed ourselves to government projects, institutional developments. You're talking about hospitals, health centers, office blocks, specialized projects with the Department of Defense, Ministry of Education, broadcasting studios for Ministry of Education, residential developments of various kinds across the country. We've also been engaged in some regional experience, projects in Uganda, one project in Rwanda. So we have had quite a wide-ranging experience. In private sector, our experience has been mainly about commercial office blocks. We've done housing, but some speculative, others obviously for customized use, industrial buildings, and development of that kind. It's been quite enriching professionally. In the process, of course, we've worked with all kinds of groups and clients, some local, others are foreign. We're talking about architects and engineers and allied professionals. So it's been quite enriching. In between that, we've done a lot of mentorship, which I'll say a little bit more a little bit later on. In the mid-70s, I also worked in UK in professional attachments through a program between Kenya government and UK government for technical assistance program. And again, that was quite enriching in the sense that you are in a totally different environment in all aspects. What I would like to say about the profession now and going ahead is we have a big burden which we bear because we have to develop space which the users will find easy to use, friendly, and is good value for money. Now, this is a daunting task because you've got to balance all those parameters. And it's also at that nexus where we fail, because sometimes we don't employ the skills, the information, latest technologies in order to create that nexus of satisfaction, use, usability, value for money, and satisfaction. I have seen projects fail because you cannot create that balance. So moving forward, my advice to the profession is we've got to have enough stock of skills. We've got to equip ourselves with the latest knowledge in the built environment, because we are practitioners in the built environment. We've got to have the latest technology. You've got to be aware, because if you're not aware of the latest technology, then it is less than optimal in terms of the outcome. Modern built environment involvement will come with demands in terms of efficiency of buildings. You're talking about energy efficiency. You're talking about, again, using the latest technology. You're talking about green architecture. You're talking about accessibility of those buildings so that we can take care of the disabled, for instance. We're talking about even intelligent materials which will balance certain parameters of temperature, internal climates, and all the rest of it. Now, if you are not aware, then you're not going to incorporate that. And your client will be the poorer for it, because they'll pay for something that actually might be outdated. I would also like to implore my fellow professionals to equip others where we want to go. We need to mentor our next generation, as it were, with the skills that they require. They are educated, but they don't have the practice or the expectation to practice in actual environments. Now, some of us have been there for a long time. You can create that environment at little cost. An industry which does not invest in equipping the skills for those who are coming after them will be a dying industry. Now we have to think about that. In my practice for a long time, we've always involved ourselves in mentorship. We've even involved ourselves in teaching in earlier years. But even today, we still have interns, people who are looking for work experience, and we give them exposure in terms of what they expect to do in the profession. I think this would be a good investment. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen very often. The other thing I would like to exhort to my professional colleagues is aesthetics. Now, this is a quality attribute which has unfortunately declined in the last 2 or 3 decades. Commercialism, of course, has crept in and, in a way, de-emphasized aesthetics. Now, aesthetics is what future generations inherit. We go to all other parts of the world. You go to Europe and older countries. And what you end up looking at are quality buildings which were built several hundred years ago. We can actually create this in Kenya, in Africa, for future generations. And all you do is try and match the current use, aesthetics, and the enjoyment of that space you have created. Because we create space to be livable, enjoyed by our people. And that is what I would like to emphasize. Now, moving forward, as I said, let us invest in our youth. The technical skills program that the government has is part of that. Ours, of course, is a little bit more specialized because you're talking about built environment and, of course, principally architecture and construction. And I would like to encourage all of us to be fully equipped, as I said, in all the attributes needed to deliver livable, quality architecture in the built environment. Thank you very much.